Hey, welcome back to the Thereafter podcast. Today we will be discussing. We just saw the Final Reckoning, the last Mission Impossible film. So we wanted to talk about it a little bit. We also wanted to talk about. I think it's a smooth transition to talk about AI because that seems to be a hot topic right now. What we think, and you're going to get some of our thoughts. Before we get into it today, make sure you like and subscribe. Do it right now because we know you're going to forget.
Yeah, be a first mover. Handle it.
And also, I wanted to bring up our Patreon once again. Check it out. The link will be below. It's a way that you can support this podcast, this show, and then also the web series that we're coming out with. So stay tuned for more details on that. You also can see like behind the scenes work and a little bit more of what we're doing as a production and media company. So yeah. Stay tuned and check it out. And then make sure that if you're a supporter of the show or any of our creative works that you contribute to our Patreon.
Yeah, absolutely. We just want you to fellowship and partner with us. We're doing great stuff and there's more great stuff to come. I'm not going to touch too much on that, but really come in partnership with us. We love this art community hub we've made.
Yes, absolutely.
And we just want to grow it. That's what it's going to. It's going to grow it, and we're going to bring out bigger and better projects. We're going to keep the pod going strong, and you guys now have the ability to become a huge part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get into today's episode.
Tommy.
We just saw the Final Reckoning.
Tommy. Boy, put on a show.
Wait, what was the part before the Final Reckoning? Was it called Dead Reckoning?
Something like that. I don't know what the name of it was called. I just know Mission Impossible.
A very talented DP friend of mine named Matt Jones, he has a quote where he says, Tommy makes great films. And
it's true. I can't think of one bad Tom Cruise movie.
He makes great films. He really does.
And, and in my family, I'm the hater. I can't think of one. Tommy's got it.
Yeah. He's
locked in, right?
He's a beast.
I can't think of anything where I'm like, oh, wasn't a good movie with Tom Cruise in it.
He really put he puts his body on the line, his life on the line, really.
I'm also an action flick junkie.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe I'm biased. I've never heard anyone say a Tom Cruise movie's been bad though, even hearsay. When have you heard someone say, oh, dude, Tom Cruise did not land?
Tommy makes great films.
Yeah.
He does.
He lands it every time. He has to because he'd be dead if he didn't. But he lands it every time. Out of sheer respect. And we were kind of we grew up jumping off things in the backyard and trying to do flips and swinging things around. We were really, we were boys growing up.
Defying gravity. For sure.
I mean, it's hard for us not to like what Tommy puts on the screen every time.
Yeah. I mean, it's
right.
Yeah. It's insane. It's literally, I'm like, what else is this guy going to do by the end of the film? I was emotionally, I felt like I went through a storm emotionally by the end of that film.
Every time he's been raising the stakes. I remember the one Mission Impossible when he was scaling the highest building in the world.
Oh yeah.
He was just having too much fun.
That was pretty cool.
It was insane. Just the sheer height of it. And that guy escaped through the sandstorm. I was like, dang it, Tommy. You always running. You always running.
What were some highlights for you? Just like either, not too much spoilers.
We won't spoil it, but I loved, it's always been in the background of the Mission Impossible movies. Like they mention it. Usually the villain's taunting Tommy. But Ethan. But the humanity of it all.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and it's a reoccurring theme that he's always going to do what he can to not sacrifice his member of the team for the world. Mm-hmm. Like if it's let one of your teammates die or save the world, he's like, I'm gonna figure out a way to do both. Yeah. And so there's that. I think especially in this one, what was cool about it, it was really a testament to the human spirit and human will.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they displayed as one of the themes of the movie. And I felt like it was pretty cool to watch it play out in every character, in every situation, basically.
And, I think it's easy to give up in real life when you get a huge setback, right? And I think the difference between the winners and the losers is right around the bend is your breakthrough, your victory, and people really get crushed by their own spirit.
Yeah, I think,
You know, it's not like they actually hit rock bottom or they actually lost all their money. It was like they could have kept going, but they thought there was no point.
yeah, I think like if you don't have a very dominant thought life, I'll use that term for now.
I think it's a healthy term.
Yeah, if you don't have a very dominant thought life, I feel like it's easy to not only get like when you get the wind knocked out of you, then you're making it worse mentally for yourself.
You're kicking yourself while you're down instead of using that energy to get the same energy can be used to get back up.
Yeah. So it really is really based off mentality, and it's really this idea because on this podcast we highlight artists and the most successful artists that we've seen. Whether we've brought them on the show or just in life, are people who had an extreme amount of grit.
Yeah, they weren't instant successes. No one we brought on was like, I just won.
Right.
It was more so like I got kicked out of me, it hurt, and I got back
and then
up.
I kept going.
Yeah, I kept going. Ties into what when we brought on about combating fear.
Yeah.
Because it's a restrainer, it's a controller, it's a crippler.
Right.
And all of our guests have overcome fear.
Yeah.
Overcome it. And had courage through it. Tommy did that in this movie. I was afraid for him. I said, this is it.
That was a fun one. I feel like I should have heard more about it when it came out. Like I remember seeing the commercials and the advertisements or the promos.
I feel like they put more promos on part 1 than part 2.
Yeah. Maybe.
I feel like they thought, hey, whoever saw part 1 is going to see part 2.
Right.
Which is true. There's no way you're not going to see part 2 when you saw part 1 was insane.
Yeah.
You need to know how to end. It's just the curiosity alone. They got you. So they're like part 1 is the promo for part 2.
Yeah.
Which I guess it was kind of the same with they kind of did that with Harry Potter's 7 part 2.
Yeah.
I don't think there was that many promos. I think there was just that one promo where he said, "Let's end this, Tom, me and you."
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was the only thing I saw, I think, for part 2.
I so I saw obviously I think the first 3 films, and then I was like,
of what, Harry Potter? Or
Harry Potter. So yeah,
you fell off.
Yeah, I fell off.
Did you read the books?
I read the first book.
So our father read all the books when they first came out, probably before I was born or whatever. And then he started taking me to every movie premiere. That's how I saw most of them.
They didn't come out before you were born.
Not before I was born, but before, he read them all. I wasn't thinking about.
They were still coming out. I feel like they were still coming out. I can't remember when the last book finished.
Before movie 1 came out?
No way.
4 books ahead though.
Something like that.
By the time we were on Goblet of Fire, I felt like everyone knew something I didn't.
It was 3 or 4 books, maybe. Three.
They were
books.
3 to 4 books ahead of the movies each time.
Yeah.
She was writing. That being said, not to get too far off topic.
But yeah, basically I was saying I fell off.
Yeah.
And then I had to come back. And then by time 7 was coming out, I was going to theaters with my friend to see 7. So he showed me 6. And I had to catch up in a very short amount of time, basically.
And it's funny because I would say 4 through 7 is way more action packed than 1 through 3.
Yeah. They definitely, for me, I felt like they kept getting more and more engaging, the films. For me, as far as Mission Impossible, I mean, I've always been a huge Mission Impossible, fan.
I mean, the first 2 or 3, I mean, I think because Dad is sci-fi, but Mom is action flick.
But yeah,
I saw some of them with Mom.
We got showed the first film,
first couple
forever ago.
Yeah, the first 1, 2. There was it was during the Renaissance period, so it was Mission Impossible 1 and 2, the first 3 Fast and Furious, that time period where it was just action flick after action flick.
Your Renaissance period.
He said
Renaissance. What is that?
Just an action packed. What
90s
Matrix
into early 2000s.
Matrix 2.
Yeah.
The first 1, 2, 3 Mission Impossible. The first 1, 2, 3 Fast and Furious. The third Matrix. There was a period Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah,
there was
late 90s, mid to late 90s into the first decade of the 2000s.
95 to 2010. Those 15 years. People were popping
was on a
off,
run.
was it not?
Felt like it.
I feel like now, it's either there's been bangers obviously recently, but there's after every two movies there's a flop.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes back into the superhero fatigue thing we talked about. Go watch last episode. But I'm not going to get into that with you guys. But you know, there were like okay movies and then bangers, but there weren't like a lot of flops from 95 to 210.
But I think like the culture was just like going to the theaters.
And COVID kind of killed movie culture for a minute. Like, you had to adjust.
Yeah, people were going a lot more, and I think just like a lot more was coming out. It felt like even like a lot more like slice of life films or like rom-coms or you know, like The Wedding Bride.
Things were just shooting
anything
out.
In that kind of era.
You even got weird ones.
Genre.
You weren't sure where to place it, like with Limitless, because it wasn't Limitless, not this TV show, but the movie with what's his name, one of the most good-looking white people I've ever met in my life.
It was a drama.
It was like a thriller because he started getting chased around. And he getting himself in trouble. He was so intelligent.
Thriller drama.
Genius execution.
Yeah.
Simple idea in a sense. And everyone's thought about that like the whole entire. Well, remember the thing was we were only using 10% of our brains, but then it was not really.
Yeah.
But that's what everyone always said.
Lucy jumped on that too.
Yeah, Lucy jumped on that, but it got too sci-fi with Limitless. How grounded it was.
Yeah. It was cool.
Drew me in a weird, cool way.
Back to the Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
That film, if you're a Mission Impossible fan and you haven't seen it yet, for whatever reason, because we're Mission Impossible fans and we hadn't seen it until recently, go see the film. It's crazy.
It tied it all together too.
From the first one on. Yeah. It was really cool.
Everything mattered.
Yeah.
In the end, you're like, Tommy, you've been doing this too long. It was so good.
I know, yeah. That was one of my favorite parts. I like when they can tie, put a nice little bow tie on the whole series or whatever.
The shots obviously were amazing. To capture action shots, I feel like some of that stuff they can only do once.
The action was just cool in general. Like the way it was shot, the way the stakes kept progressing. It was like I'm a fan of that, and I know you are too. Yeah. And so it was really cool.
Building stakes. And then they kept trying to trap them in different They were like, you're not getting out of this.
But what's cool about it, so also we're going to take, it's about him going against the ultimate AI called the Entity, which is trying to take over the world and so on and so forth. And that's kind of like a smooth transition into what's going on in our world right now with AI.
Yeah. I think everyone's going to be okay for now in the sense that from what me and Armin have researched with real AI, even if they got to the same awareness as the Entity, they don't care about humans as much as sci-fi AIs do.
Yeah.
Sci-fi AIs kind of bleed from our fixation on ourselves.
I know.
So we assume that everyone will be fixated on us. I think it's a little narcissistic as a human race, but
they want to dominate us. Yeah.
I don't think they care enough.
I think more so it'd be like they just like slide.
Yeah. I feel like they'd be like, we got to interact with them because they're mostly in the physical world. But once the robots come, the only thing that's going to keep them tied to us is our insistence on their code of them being tied to us. I think they might go to Mars before we do and make a society.
So I'm super optimistic about like what AI means, even if they're saying like a lot of the jobs will change or whatever eventually. I think like ultimately it'll be like when the internet essentially, it's like, are you using it to, maximize your production or not? And like, we're even implementing AI into some of our workflows to make things a little bit faster and easier and quicker. And
well,
so it's a pretty cool tool.
Are you using Google? Are you going to be the guy that uses Google to search something, or are you going to create Facebook? So, because if we're talking about AI being the new internet, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to be MySpace and Facebook and compete? Or are you going to kind of just get swept along with the times and then be upset when you like missed your window?
Yeah, I think that it would be a missed opportunity for everyone. I think like ChatGPT and maybe Grok is free, like its base levels. You should just be playing with it. Like play with AI, figure it out, see how it can help you in whatever way. I mean, Quentin and I are already doing some pretty cool stuff with it on the side.
Yeah. You might want to learn this just so your kids are better equipped for the future.
Yeah.
But also like read the book, Who Moved My Cheese? You got to move with opportunity. I feel like people are going to be like, well, I can do this for now until it really pops off. Be one of the people that makes it pop off as a creative. I'm talking to our creatives here. We've from what we've seen, it's not going to take the creatives' jobs. It's going to take mindless labor, repetition. It's going to take all that stuff away. But your actual idea, we're going into the full We're going into the full era of whose idea is better.
Yeah, ideas when an AI can, for example, code for you, or figure out a system that would take you a very long time to learn.
Yeah.
AI can figure it out for you. So like the
execution is over.
The execution, the application, the implementation is going to be faster. So that's really what it's going to be at this moment.
I'm excited because me and Armin, I'm not going to lie, we're very confident in our ideas. And I feel like now the new playground's going to be really whose idea is better, not who executed it first or who executed it at all. So we'll never know if there was a better version of it out there.
Yeah.
But now it's really, okay, you say this idea is good. If only you had the chance, AIs can give a lot of people that chance to prove their idea is the best idea.
And we're already like using it to like do this little side business thing right now. Yeah. So we're excited
out of
about
the blue.
It. Yeah. So
Armin had a great idea, and now it's
yeah, we're gonna
Senor, whatever the heck his name is, gonna execute it.
Execute it.
I like the way he talks to us. But yeah, so that's gonna be great. I know that, obviously things are gonna change, and we're already past the overspill point. Nothing's gonna be revved back. Developers aren't gonna move off of AI. Even though I wasn't a big fan when I first heard of it, I was like, can we just go into different like area or facet of technology?
I think people should really go check out, like over the last like 3 months ago, I think 1 year ago, and then again 3 months ago, Sam Altman, the CEO of ChatGPT or OpenAI, he went around to a bunch of podcasts and did a bunch of interviews. And I feel like if you just listen to him talk about it, it'll give you a greater understanding if you don't already have one.
It's really educating.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that was crazy that he said was, he said it's not going to really be it's going to be a visceral moment for people when they're like walking down the street and they walk past a bunch of robots. And he's saying he's saying AI is developing like at a crazy rate. And if you're not like tapped in, you're kind of missing it.
You're going to come outside and there's going to be a robot that's going to take your order at your restaurant. You're going to be like, what the?
Yeah.
So they're talking a human voice.
Yeah.
You're going to be tripping.
So I think that's kind of crazy to listen to him talk about it. But I'll say that I am optimistic about it.
Yeah. Please don't be like the main cast of Platonic and create vandalism for the robots. Don't vandalize the robots.
I talked to a friend of mine who said he's going to start tapping robots. He was joking.
He's not. But yeah, just get with the times, because there's an opportunity in there for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
think it could be like a cool thing, even if you find out something small that can bring in a little extra income for you and your family.
I'm gonna create generational wealth with it, but you do what you think is best. We thought we should talk about it.
Yeah,
because of the AI concept with the
I just think that there's not enough people that I know who are like really utilizing it.
They're not hip to it yet.
And so I think this is our PSA. Start utilizing it.
Get hipped.
Yeah.
Only because it's going to benefit you.
Yeah.
This is like
absolutely
crazy. Like I was too young to take advantage of when the internet popped off. I lied about my age to have a MySpace in like 5th grade. Like I wasn't quite old enough to really take control. And
right.
I built my own computer when I was in college. So before that, when it comes to like recording myself, editing, or even streaming, I didn't have the tools to really take advantage of the times. And our parents were a little old fashioned. So we were all in sports. We were very sports minded. We gamed for recreation, but we weren't hip to like, a lot of it. And then we kind of skirted away from the skit era because we just wanted to do something a little more broader of thought. So I think this is beautiful because now your idea, your personalized idea, has that vehicle for execution. And you don't have to spend 10 years to figure out the execution. You can try your idea on the market and see if it holds weight value and brings something back in return.
Yeah, I think it's the real gold, it seems to be to me, is in its reasoning.
Yeah.
Meaning like if you have an idea and you've considered 6 iterations of that idea, if AI is able to give you just one other iteration, that's extremely valuable. So I think everyone should play with it and see how it works. Fleshing out ideas is a very cool aspect of it. I think it's more vital than, using it as like some kind of advanced Google search, which I think like a lot
That's
of
what most
people are
doing. They're like, I
using.
just asked it and it told me this. I said, okay, that's a fun history fact that may or may not be true from the data of service it pulled it from. But let's build something new. Let's create some things with this. Let's activate.
Right.
You really should activate your ideas with this. And this activation cheat code. And just piggybacking what you were saying, I don't think you guys understand like why someone in a genius in history was considered a genius was they thought of 15 ideas for the problem and another gentleman only thought of 3 or 5. Just by the sheer mass of more solutions that populate when the problem first presented, they're more likely to solve the problem.
Yeah,
so ChatGPT gives you another 1 to 7
or more,
depending
on what you're
pay that $20 a month and really run with it. But that's invaluable. That's how geniuses are found as humans. You populate more ideas. When that person's like, I can't figure this out. Like, well, there's 7 more things you can try that you didn't even think of.
Yeah,
that it'll give you a try. Just that troubleshooting, that type of troubleshooting when it comes to creation and ideas is invaluable.
Yeah.
So we should. I mean, hey, we'll let you guys know. We're gonna keep messing with it. We'll be pioneers.
Yeah,
we're not quite there yet.
Stay tuned. We're gonna chime back in maybe like a month or 2 from now.
If our next pod we got foil on our head, just
don't listen to us anymore. Don't watch us.
It's cooked. Something got us.
Something's wrong.
Hey guys, welcome to Thereafter.
But yeah, I think just like any tool, I think obviously, just touching on people's paranoia and, I think any tool can be used negatively or positively. So I think we need more people like our viewers using it positively to affect positive change on the world.
The world needs their after rights.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
Definitely.
So I really encourage everyone to at least really start messing with it if you haven't, to really, help you in your workflows, or if you have an idea or invention or anything like that.
I know all of you have been sitting on an idea. I've been sitting on an idea that I'm going to start activating with this. And I want you to know that your idea has merit and it has value.
Absolutely.
And you deserve the chance to see it come to fruition. I think that this new era we're coming into, this is it. This is your chance. So if you're looking for something or to say that this is your moment, the time is now. The time is now. Go for it, Go for it. And it's great because it's not going to take as much busy work to get it out. And it's not going to take as many resources to get it out.
Right.
With this new vehicle. That's free.
Yeah, I think just for just a quick little anecdotal, experience or experiment. Mm-hmm. For me, I was researching something that probably would have took me like 2-3 hours of going through websites and figuring it out and so on and so forth. And AI helped me do it in like 10 minutes.
I was reading in the background. He's like, by golly, I got it. I was like, what?
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then Armin explained it to me in like a minute. I was like, well, okay, let's do it. And now we're working on it.
Right.
So it's gonna be great. And then it's starting to turn into this thing where we're like, okay, we can get a iteration of this out and we can still refine it. But the fact that we got to this point, that takes forever
this
for
quick,
people. This quick.
This fast.
Maybe getting to even this point, even if we figured it all out, just like, okay, we got to get on top of it.
Right.
We had to learn a couple minor skills just to get to this point to think like, oh, is this possible for us to do? And that got covered. So
yeah. So insane to think about.
Oh yeah. I'm not giving you the cheat code. You go on the chat GPT and you go figure something out. But
I think like what's also crazy about it though too is that like people are like, I see like the way it talks now. I use it as like a lab assistant or like a research assistant essentially, but I could see it being, if someone's like lonely and they're talking to it all the time, I could see it being like some sort of like becoming an unhealthy device in their, in their life.
Still touch grass.
Yeah.
Definitely still touch grass. Even the technology I'm working on is incorporate with touching grass, like being out and being in the public and living life. And I think that, as creatives, especially sometimes we seclude ourselves with our work and art. We should still take those moments. That's why when like Arm's like, hey, you want to go here? I usually say yes. Or there's a movie, I'll make the extra effort to go with someone just to, I think we need each other. And that's why we made this community hub.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
not just to be locked away somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. That's huge.
We always encourage you, go out, be a part of a community, fellowship with each other.
Yep.
Grow together. Humans weren't built to be alone.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah. So basically, this was like our little heads up. If we, not just with AI, but if we think anything is beneficial or not beneficial, we'll make sure we're mentioning it so our listeners can be hip to, or at least be able to understand our ideas or our perspective on some of these things. So we will continue to add. But if you're a creative or not a creative, if you're in whatever you might be using it for, if you're utilizing AI at all, leave a comment and let us know how you're utilizing it.
Yeah.
We would love to know.
It's impacting the creation space, whether that's business wise, art wise.
Yeah.
It hits every type of creation possible.
And so hopefully it expedites innovation, right?
Yes.
So
that's the goal and dream.
That's the goal. Well, we appreciate you guys. We'll be back next time. And
like, subscribe, support. Check out the Patreon.
Check out the Patreon. It really helps us continue to get these out, and we're trying to do them bigger and better as we go. So
keep growing.
Yeah. Consider contributing. All right, guys. Till next time. Much love.
Peace.